Well, this Sunday, greatness will be upon us. Why? Because it's going to be Father's Day. Aren't dads great? My dad was amazing. I'll have to tell you his story in a little bit, but for now, here I go with my different lingos that I like to say. So, if you are called daddy, father, papi, papa, Abba, Tata, Pierre, Père. I think that's the correct pronunciation for French. Happy Father's Day to all of you around the world. I know a lot of places don't celebrate Father's Day, but we do definitely here in the U.S. because Father's Day is a special day just like Mother's Day. So I wanted to make another special podcast just for dads. A little bit about my dad. I know I don't talk much about him because he passed away when I was 14. I did not have the privilege of having that adult relationship like I did with my mom, but my dad was an amazing man. He kept a roof over our head. He made sure we had what we needed as far as clothing, food, you name it. He made sure. At one point in our house of 6, mom, dad, 4 kids, we had a total of 4 cars because he wanted to make sure that my mom had her own car, my oldest sister had her own car, and my brother had his own car, plus his car. So my other sister and I were too young to drive. Otherwise, I'm sure we would have all had a car. But back in the 70s, in the 60s, 70s, that was crazy to have that many cars. Were we filthy rich? No, we were not. We were your middle class, Hispanic, Mexican American family. That's who we were. We were one of the very first Mexican families in our neighborhood. So my dad wanted to make sure that we fit in. So we were not spoken to in Spanish much in our house while growing up. We would be around the older family members, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and they would speak Spanish. So that's how we did pick it up and learn many of the words. My Spanish is not the best, but I can carry a conversation and I truly understand. But back to my dad. He was amazing. He, at one time, would work 3 jobs. He had a full-time job at a place called Alfred's or Alfred's. I'm not sure on the pronunciation. Refrigerated warehouse. He was the they call it the dock, but it's not on ships or anything. It was the dock where all the trucks would load up, and he was like over all the docking, making sure everything was loaded. Then he would work at the Dallas Sportatorium, and that was a place where they used to have local wrestling matches, and he would work there on Tuesday nights, parking cars to make some extra money. And his third job was not always a thing. It was when I would think before I was born, he had his own combo band. It was Bob Valencia and his combo. And so my dad was a drummer. He loved music. So in my house, we always had music. Music was always playing. I love any type of music. As for opera, not too sure because I've never really been to an opera, but I bet if I did get into it, I probably would love it. So anyway, my love of music comes from my father. He was so talented. Played the saxophone, played the trombone, played the trumpet. He was just amazing. Did he take music lessons? No, he did not. He taught himself, and he was a very smart man. He was wonderful. He, again, like I said, was very adamant about us fitting in to the American culture. He was born here in the U.S., of course, but his parents were from Mexico. And he did an excellent job, if I do say so myself, because we all are pretty well balanced, my siblings and myself. So I love my dad. I miss my dad. I wish I would have had him around a lot longer, but he lives in my heart and his memories. He used to call me his jolly green giant because My mom and my two sisters are about 5'2", 5'3", and I hit 5'5" at a very early age. So I was his jolly green giant. And you know what? I loved being his jolly green giant, being the baby of the family. But anyway, I miss my dad, and all his missed birthdays here that I wish we could have celebrated. But happy Father's Day to my Father in heaven, because I know he and my mom are looking down at us, and every so often when we do something goofy, they're probably rolling their eyes and going, "What the heck are they thinking?" Now back to a special day for your dad. What will you do? What will you get him? Nothing actually could compare to spending time and talking about the good, happy memories you two have. Teaching you to ride a bike, teaching you different things, tying your shoes, woodworking, taking you to scouts. Happy memories, because I'm sure you and your father have not a few, but tons. Maybe to let him talk about himself, his stories, about his grandfather. Learn something about your past ancestors. Now, is your dad into games, barbecuing, woodwork? Is he knowledgeable in technology, a veteran, gardening? If so, those are things you know that he loves, that you could actually get him a gift if you choose to. If not, gift cards. Everyone loves gift cards. They can go get what they want. And that's a pretty easy thing to shop for if you know what they really do like. Also, let them share us back to stories. They love to share stories about their past. Even if you've heard a story 1,000 times, let him tell you again. And act as if it's the first time you've ever heard it. And if he were to say, "Oh, I know I've told you the story," say, "Dad, I know you have, but I love to hear you tell the story." Because those are things that just make people feel good. When okay, you really want to hear the story again? Okay, so they tell you the story. You know what? We're only here on earth for a little time. Make the best of it with your parents. Also, how about sharing photos? So if you have a whole gathering, you can share photos on your big screen TV now, on your TV with your dad, or take your laptop and share it with everyone that's there for celebrating your dad. They love that stuff. Take him to go play golf. If you're a golfer, bowling, whatever it is that they like, do something he wouldn't expect you to do. So what's a dad to you? When you hear the word dad, what does that mean? For me, it means someone who's loving and caring and funny, but yet a disciplinarian. That's the only time I did hear my name in Spanish I was in trouble. You hear Enriqueta. But anyway, dads are just people who are like moms, parents in general are just great. And some people didn't have so great parents, but that gives you, if you are a dad or a mom now, and you didn't have that great past with yours, here's your chance to change everything. So I think this is such a great day for parents, or for dads, excuse me. And if now moms, if you have a little ones and you do not have time to go shop for that little one, or obviously he's not going to go and buy a golf shirt for dad. And if you have some paper and glue, empty out, do the old-fashioned stuff. Get a old can of beans and empty it out and wash it out and let them decorate the outside for a pencil holder. Yes, people still do that kind of stuff. Get a rock for a paperweight. Paint the rock. Simple little things. A picture frame with dad and a child. You can have a picture from your phone sent to a Walgreens, CVS, I think Walmart still does it. I don't know if Target does. But anyway, these stores, you can have it like within the same day. I don't know, maybe there's a mad rush on Father's Day, but get an inexpensive frame and voila, you have a great Father's Day gift. I remember my husband had a literally paper necktie that one of the kids made. It was just construction paper that he had made. My son had made at a Mother's Day Out program. I don't know if that's everywhere, but it's like a little child care. You leave them there for 4 or 5 hours, and they're with teachers and kids. So anyway, and that was their craft. They made a necktie using yarn, and they cut out a tie, and the kids decorated. And my husband actually wore it. And he wore it at the table. He did not wear it out, but he did wear it. Just simple things. The old handprint, a paint handprint, just something fun that Dad will probably cherish. You'll think, no, he won't, but 10 to 1 he will, because you made the time and the effort with your child to make that for him. Now, for the single and stay-at-home dads now, all I have to say is wow, wow, wow. Congratulations. Women have been doing this for years, and now roles are reversed. I think it's amazing that dads are doing this now. Mom's going off to work, and you get to stay home and do everything else. Make sure you do something for yourself, even though you'll probably be exhausted. Do nothing that day if you want. Rather than spend a day at the golf course, if you want to do that. If not, tell everyone, I just need an hour to myself today. Get a good book and relax, because you deserve that. Perhaps moms will have a special surprise later after the kids all fall asleep. Wink, wink. A romantic late dessert with whipped cream. Well, who are we kidding right now? You all know you'll be asleep by 9 o'clock that night, and the only whipped cream you have is the one in the can that you shared with the kids, squirting it into your mouth. So I guess that may not happen, but it is wishful thinking, right? Well, I hope everyone has a great Father's Day, and all those who have to work on Sunday, be sure to celebrate them on another day, because they are so deserving of this. They are at work for the family, for them making ends meet. And right now, I know with inflation, gas prices, you could get them a gas card and they would be so excited. $20, they'd probably only get 2 gallons of gas, but they'd be happy with that. But anyway, there's all sorts of fun things you can do for Dad. But most importantly, let them know how special they have made your life and that you appreciate them. Be sure to say thank you. Thank you for all they've done. Thank you for raising you to be a good human being, a kind, loving person. Because of them, you are amazing. So until later, this is Henrie, and I sure hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to my handsome husband. Our kids hit the jackpot to have you as a dad. Don't forget to count your blessings. Find your blessings, and you know your blessings will be your Father.